Hello, hello, hello. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Is this thing on? Is there anybody there? Because I'm back. Actually, I've just realised I recorded a bit of a car crash video in this very exact spot last year. So I think maybe it might be a good idea we go somewhere else. Right, I'm back. I've been away for about a month from YouTube. Good reason for that. Nothing's wrong. I'm okay. I was in hospital Monday night for something. I'll explain why later on, but I'm okay. I'm alive. I'm not sick, which is great. Thankfully. The thing is, I wasn't going to do this video. I was going to start making videos again like nothing had happened. But you know, last year I did a couple of car crash videos and there was that whole Madrid thing, and we'll try and pretend that that didn't happen. Yeah, I decided not to do these kind of videos, but I think people want to know what I've been doing for the last month. Am I okay? Yeah, I'm fine. I've just been sorting my life out, as it were. Let's go back to just after Christmas. So I finally, after 10 years, quit smoking. I know, it's really bad. It's really unhealthy. People are gonna wanna slap me on the wrist. There'll be all comments saying, don't do it, it's disgusting. But that was my dirty secret. So I decided to finally stop, and it's been 1 month so far, and it's going well. Had a couple of hiccups here and there, but on the whole, that's finished. I have actually noticed something though, which is amazing, and I didn't realise how much the cigarettes were aging my skin, how unhealthy I looked. I had like bags under my eyes, dark circles. I was starting to look really wrinkly, and it's actually, I look really fresh. It's taken 5 years off me. So don't do it. If you get tempted to do that, don't do it. It's going to make you ill. It's going to make you look old. It's going to make you look sick. So that's done. But I will say the first couple of weeks of January were so difficult because of that. Especially after 10 years, it's really hard to kick that kind of habit. But we've done that, and we're okay. And also, I may have discovered the reason why I have been so disgustingly, inconsistent with my videos, putting loads of videos out, then none, and all of these projects that I've started and haven't finished. So let's go back to, this is before Christmas. I was on my phone on YouTube. As you do, you know, you scroll through your feed, see what pops up. Oh, doing it ourselves, don't watch that, it's a load of rubbish. A video popped up, and it was a video by an English psychiatrist. And the title was Adult ADHD. And I was like, well, ADHD, what is that? That's what kids have, isn't it? Like, you know, you get that hyperactive, naughty children that's screaming, jumping off the furniture and trying to put the cat in the freezer. Well, I was mistaken, because it's something that you can have into adulthood. It's something that some people grow out of it, some people don't. And it tends to turn into more attention deficit disorder. So basically, I watched this 13-minute video where a psychiatrist basically described my entire life from being a child up until now. And it suddenly dawned on me that this might be why I've been such a, I don't know, just a bit of a failure in a lot of things. You know, I've done a lot of things in my life. I've got a lot of skills, had loads of different jobs, picked up loads of different things, but nothing's ever stuck. Everything's always failed. Like at high school, I basically failed all my exams. And then when I went into sixth form, they even let me into sixth form, even though I didn't get any grades. Because like for art and things, they said, well, the guy can do it, but he hasn't got the grades, but we'll let him in anyway. I actually got kicked out of sixth form because I didn't do any work. And then I've basically been sacked from every job I've ever had. Basically, all the way through high school, I was always told that I was naughty and lazy, and that I was always in detention or being told off or getting into trouble. And basically, it's sort of carried through into my adult life. So I thought I've definitely got ADHD. So I went to the doctor. Doctor gave me medication. So now I'm on a medication called Ritalin, which is one of several medications that they use to treat that. So yeah, I've been taking this medication for ADHD for about 2 weeks now. And basically, when you first start taking it, you feel, I don't know, a bit like high, and then you get the dips, and then it's like that, basically up and down for about the first week. The second week, it's starting to level off now, and I can actually feel it sort of starting to work. So I think it might be helping, because I feel like I've got a lot more get up and go now, instead of just sort of wandering around wanting to film videos but just never been able to start, not been able to get the focus to do the first step in the stage of making a video or a project. Now it seems that I find that sort of stuff easy, like I can, just like in day-to-day life, I can do my laundry now, and I can clean my room, and I can actually like start washing the dishes and finish them, instead of like getting distracted. Oh, like pretty bird out of the window, and then, tasks half done, not finished. So I think we might be onto a winner here. So hopefully we'll see how the treatment goes, and it might change my life. But I definitely feel different. There's sort of, when I started taking the medication, I sort of had this bit of an awakening, and I sort of looked around me and I thought, my whole life is in chaos. Everything's sort of like a bomb's gone off. It sort of makes you aware of all of these things that you're not able to give attention to. So I now can give my attention to all of the things that are going on or going wrong in my life, and I'm able to sort of start sorting through them. So it's been a bit of a steep learning curve for the last few weeks. So I've not really been in a great place to actually make videos or do any work. So hopefully from now on, things will get better. So, sorry, I've been rambling on for ages. So, I was in hospital on Monday night. So basically, what happened? So I was at home. I'd literally just had something to eat, and I'd gone into my bedroom, and I'd sort of laid on the bed, and I got this like really, really intense, sharp pain, not like a headache, like something had just, I don't know, like something had popped inside my head, and it really hurt. And then the whole left side of my body became sort of like, it went a bit numb, my arm felt a bit weak, like I couldn't lift it up as much, like it was just, I don't know, but it was only on my left side, which is so weird. And I'm like, well, this is like what they say happens when you have a stroke. Have I had a stroke, like a mini stroke? I don't know. So, and also I remember reading with the medication that I'm taking that in rare cases, it can cause strokes. So I was like, oh, okay, great, I'm having a stroke because I'm taking this medication. So didn't feel very well. Managed to get up to my mum's, and I went in there and sat on the sofa. And then I felt a bit ill in there, and then I started to feel fine again, like it all went away. My left side was still a bit weak and felt like it had gone a bit numb. So I thought, let's be cautious. So Sadie and Mo drove me to the hospital just to get checked out. I thought I'd go in. I thought they'd take my pulse, blood pressure, give me a slap around the head and say, you're fine, go home. The next thing I know, I'm on a bed. I've got a drip in my arm. They're wiring me up with all of these wires and little sticker things all over my whole chest and body to check my heart, I don't know. And then they're like, you're going for a CT scan. Well, I've never had one of those in my life. So that was, that was an experience. So they wheeled me through the hospital into this crazy room with a big machine, and you have to get on a bed and you have to keep really still. At the same time, I've got this like intravenous drip in my arm. And then you have to keep still. You go into the machine, the head goes into the machine, and then it starts making a noise, like, because the inside of it spins. It's like an X-ray that spins around 360. So I'm having these scans, and the woman says to me, I'm about to inject the product. I'm like, what product? And she says, you're going to feel a bit hot all of a sudden. So into the intravenous drip, she injects a product, which I believe is some sort of iodine, or it's like a contrast so that all your blood vessels show up better on the scans. So all of a sudden, this thing is like, I feel this stuff rushing up my arm, inside, like through my blood, through my whole body, through like down into my legs, into my head, and all of a sudden my whole body goes like red hot. And then, so basically, that was fun for a Monday night. I basically, after all of the tests, they took loads of blood tests as well, like so many blood tests. And they came back and said, we can't find anything wrong with you. We don't know what happened to you. It's the doctor, she said, I thought you'd had a stroke from what you described, but you're fine. The tests were inconclusive. So she said, I recommend you have an MRI scan just to be a bit more thorough, but we can't have that tonight because the person isn't here to do it or whatever. That takes time. So yeah, I was fine. And then I've been fine since. So I have no idea what happened. Yeah, and I felt a bit stupid afterwards, but they obviously, after assessing me, they thought, you know, it's best to check. So the hospitals in France are amazing. Because I'd been in the hospital 30 minutes and they had me on a bed, dripping my arm. They were wiring me up to things and then sent me off to be scanned in the CT scanner. So amazing healthcare in France. So yes, it's been an exciting month, and it's finally, I finally feel able to continue making videos. And I'm not going to do any work in today's video because this is just a recap. This is for all the people that wanted to know where I've been and if I'm okay, if I'm alive, if I'm still making YouTube videos. I've just had a bit of a, so I feel like a new chapter started in my life, probably for the best. So hopefully, with the new ADHD medication and new perspective on everything, hopefully, we won't have a car crash year like we did last year. Basically, at the minute, I've been clearing out the cottage because, you know, I've been basically using the kitchen in the cottage and put all my stuff in there, and the place isn't finished. So I've basically, in the last week, I've cleared everything out so that I can start work again. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take you, if you're still here after all of that drivel, I'm going to take you downstairs and then out into the cottage and have a little look, see what's been going on. So let's go. Right, down we go. Got this place all to myself, but it's not what you think. It's absolutely freezing because the heating is off at the minute. So it's just my bedroom that's heated. So let's go and have a look in here. Right, let's turn the light on. We're in the dining room. I've discovered that I may have had a problem, and also another symptom of ADHD is compulsive buying. And it's funny, when you finally take the medication, you kind of have a bit of an awakening. You look around yourself and think, what on earth has been going on for the last, well, my entire life? So I have discovered that I may have a problem with Spode. This is all the Spode that was in the cottage. There's about 33 dinner plates alone for, well, one person. We've got a bit of everything. Some of this stuff is very old. In fact, I'm going to show you this. I probably showed this before, but this is from 1811. It's one of the earliest pieces of Spode transferware. They did make some before that, but only on a small scale. So we've got a bit of everything, and it's all in the chateau at the minute because I was going to box it all up, but I thought that would take me about a month, and we haven't got another month. So it's all just in here because nobody's using the chateau at the minute, and it's quite nice to see it all laid out, actually. Got a nice teapot, look at that. So no cups of tea in the cottage, tea bags only at the minute. Oh, we've also got this. So basically this book was given to Stephanie on Cadeau at the Chateau, but it was given to Stephanie and I. So we have joint custody of this book at the minute, and at the minute it's with me, and I think it prefers Daddy. This is a book about all old Spode patterns, and it was actually written by a collector in the 1940s. And funnily enough, in the book is, if I can find it, a letter from the author to the owner of this book. Whoever bought this book had written to the author, and he replied. It stated the 18th of August, 1944. So I'm not going to dwell on the whole Spode subject today, but I think maybe a little video might be good to go through the collection and see if we have any of the patterns from this book. But let's go and have a look in the cottage. I just had a little bit of a thought, right? My first video released the 20th of March 2020. What did I say? My first line, it was like, it's an absolutely gorgeous day at the chateau. Spring is here. You see that? That is sunshine. I think it was something like that. Right, cringe. Anyway, those days are long gone. Switch the lights on. Aha, look at this. It's definitely empty because it's starting to echo in here. So all of the china's gone. Oh, hello, TT. You all right? TT likes to stay in here during the day because she gets left alone. She can stay in her bed because she's lazy. Everything has been cleared out. All the china's gone. All the stuff that was up on the shelves has also been boxed up and taken away. We've got rid of the furniture, and yeah, so it's basically ready to start work again. If you see up here, I actually blocked off the upstairs with some, calm down TT, I blocked off the upstairs with some rock wool to stop the heat going up there during the Christmas period, but it's time we took that down because it's basically almost completely insulated upstairs, and it's now just a case of getting the plasterboard up there, but we can't, obviously there's no staircase. That will arrive, don't worry. The funds are set aside for that, but it can't go in until we've done upstairs, because basically we've got huge sheets of plasterboard that with the staircase there, we won't be able to get them upstairs. That will be the last thing that goes into this cottage. So it will get done. So yeah, basically that's what I've been doing for the last week, is clearing this out. And I tell you what, there was so much stuff in here, it was ridiculous. I don't know, it was so disorganized that, but I think maybe that is also something to do with the ADHD. I don't know, it seems like the sort of answer to all of my problems. So hopefully we're all right now. This kitchen cupboard was installed at the wrong height. Nobody's fault. It was probably my fault because at the time I didn't notice that. If you see, can you see? Just there, the peg rail finishes above the cupboard, and it's actually meant to go into the side of the cupboard because it just looks bizarre that it just finishes above there. You can see it. So the cupboard needs unscrewing from the wall, and it needs raising up by about 10 centimetres. And actually I have noticed that when I've got my draining board here with the little thing that you put your plates on, actually there's not enough room to comfortably fit a plate under there. Sometimes you sort of have to wedge them in. So that's going to be moved up. Maybe I can do that tomorrow. It's all going to be happening very soon. I just want to say thank you for being so patient with me, because people's patience has been wearing very thin, but it might be all right from now on. Also, good news, let's go outside. That needs finishing. We will finish that soon when the weather warms up a bit. Today, all of the fuel for for the Arga arrived, and amazingly, I got an amazing deal. I basically bought a whole year's worth. This is a year's worth of fuel for the Arga. This is 1.4 tons, I think. And normally, can you believe it? I've been paying 18 euros a bag before tax. I managed to get these shipped over from the border of France and Belgium for 11 euros a bag. Look at that. So basically we got 1.5 tons for the price of 1 ton. So that's good. Good news. We just need to find somewhere to put it, because at the minute, well, let's have a look. Basically, I had a lovely little shed here that was my cold storage shed. It's now a stable because we have a horse. That's Queenie over there. So, so basically all of the coal that was in this one got moved along one, but now they're making another stable. So then the coal got moved along again to here, and now this has got, they want me to get rid of the coal so that they can put the hay in here. So that's full up. Where do I put my coal? Nobody thought about this, did they? So basically today's video's done. It's probably a bit shorter than normal. Nothing really happened, but I just wanted to give everyone an update as to what's been going on and why I've not been making videos. I've genuinely been like, where the hell is Michael? But I've been here, just dealing with some stuff, sorting my life out, and hopefully things will be all right from now on. So I just want to say thank you so much for watching. Your support as a viewer It's just amazing. And a lot of you have stuck by me from the beginning, ups and downs, but hopefully it's going to be all right from now on. So I'll see you very soon for another video. Thanks for watching.